Hi everyone.
Hi.
This is Mariah and I'm having a collab here with GERVELLE.
Hi guys.
I would link all her stuff below after. Are you in university? Do you have trouble presenting? That has been a difficult task, really and honestly. So now we are going to give you some tips on presenting. First thing, when you receive the assignment, you should ask your lecturer certain things. Don't just take it face value or I just have a presentation. Ask certain things.
Right. I think it's important that you understand exactly to the T what is required of you, what are the expectations, how long that you have to present for, what elements and what are they looking for in the presentation. So you need to be clear as day on that.
Definitely get a rubric to know how the marks are awarded, because you don't want to spend time on one aspect and when another aspect is weighted. Also, you can ask if you're going to have any guest lecturers, anything like that. So you should ask different things like what medium you'll be allowed to use. Usually for us, we had to use PowerPoint. If you want a video on how to make a PowerPoint, I will upload it as well. Just tell me in the comments. If you have a group presentation as well, you should ask the lecturer how many people should be presenting if it's more than one. Usually it's better for more than one so that people could focus on certain aspects and you would separate. However, if you have too many persons, it tends to become boring
and it tends to be a little chaotic because the transitions sometimes are not as smooth. It's better to have one strong presenter, although that's not advised because you want everybody to have that exposure.
Say yes to presenting and definitely like come out your shell a bit, and after you get the assignment you find out how much marks is worth you and what topic, what subtopics you have to touch. You prepare now. So you research your assignment, research. Go Google Scholar. Yes.
Because you want to have credibility to your presentation as well. You don't want to just have something from, I don't want to say the name of the song, but you want to have credible research. So
for credibility, you're looking for the year, how they went about going the research, who is the person, what is their qualification. You don't want to use any resources that is more than 10 years old, but you could also ask your lecturer. You can use sources that are not credible, but say why it's not credible. Say that John Doe 2018 did this research, however the findings are or subjective or opinionated because he did research on himself.
That's true. Yeah, you can. That's true. Or maybe the sample population might have been 10 people.
So this wouldn't be relevant today because it was done in 1962.
Or 15.
Just critique that, and that makes you seem. So when you're starting, think of it as you're going to write an essay. You go down the line to your introduction, your sub points, you go through all the points, and then you conclude. Looking at YouTube videos on your topic is great. You'll see how people address the topic, different sides. Don't always look at one side. Look at all the different sides, make an argument so that it gives it some beef. Do not put a lot of information on one slide.
3 lines.
Yes.
That's it.
So that people will focus on you and not the PowerPoint, because I hope you're looking pretty.
Try to make it as visual as well.
Yes, I used to love putting pictures and videos. So now that you found all your information, you should put it in a document form so that you know format all the information, all your resources. So if at any given point, even if the lecturer didn't ask for a document, you have that document to refer to it.
Because I'm thinking sometimes in paraphrasing or in trying to summarize, you may have left out some important information that you would probably see if you went back to your document again. So it's always good to have that, and it's important to have tools like Google Docs.
Especially if it's a group so that you don't have to physically meet up. Google Docs, definitely, if you have a group presentation. So presenting, now you have all the information. For PowerPoint, you have your information. This is where people get scared,
actually having to stand up and present. Literally before, like I'll be shaking, like my hands will be shaking, and as soon as I get up there, sometimes that's when the notes go up.
So one tip for me is to think that the audience are children. They get distracted very easily. They are visually inclined. So when you're speaking, you emote, you have intonation, and you go in depth on everything. A lot of times we tend to omit the basic information.
Yeah, so we're up here and we only stay up here, we only reach nobody. So on her point, it's good to have done an audience analysis. So you look at the age group, how you can appeal to that age group, illustrations that you want to have. What I would tell to a group of older people, I cannot come to tell the baby shark population about. You have, so you need to know your audience, know what they like, their attention span, and everything is very, very important. So the words, the choice of words that you have will differ based on the population. So be clear.
Sometimes, especially when you present among your classmates, think of them as strangers as well. Your presentation is your performance. Usually in performing, you need to think about a great introduction and a great end. Yes. So it's like when they play the drums in the beginning and the drums in the end.
It should naturally flow, and the person, by your tone, should be able to understand, okay, we are getting to the end.
It's always better to dress professionally.
Yes. You gain the respect of your colleagues and your lecturer.
Yes. A lot of times when I walked in with my suit and everything, everyone was just amazed because I was wearing sweats all the time.
Yeah, I used to admire her and I was like, is this the same girl? Like,
I am here, I'm present, get ready, I am the boss. Yes. When you look good, you feel good, you present good.
There's something about dressing up that makes you feel like, you know,
yeah, you are the boss.
I'm the boss.
When you speak and you think about the phrase and don't speak too fast. If it's something important, enunciate it a bit more.
And you see how you did that enunciate, you slow it down. So there's something about the pace and how you emphasize certain words.
Yeah.
So all that is your voice.
You should smile
when you're serious.
But usually a smile makes somebody feel more welcome, more at ease.
I was watching the TED Talk and they said that the most watched TED Talks were those where the persons use their hands a lot. It's something about using your hands to illustrate something. Sometimes it can be distracting if you use it too much, but if you have to explain something, your hand gestures help.
And definitely practice. Whoever you can practice to the background. Your mom, your mirror, your teddy bear.
Yeah, it helps.
Do a voice note, send it to your friends. Ask what they think about it, ask what questions they have on the topic.
Yeah, ask at what point they got bored. So that maybe you can add a picture at that point or something to keep the attention going.
If you need help, ask for help. You're not alone. What is the hardest thing for you when presenting? I know for me it's standing in front of everyone. I start to shake. Honestly, and I start to giggle.
Yeah, and an important thing too is that don't tell people that. Don't come at the front and say, I'm nervous, or I'm sorry, but I forgot what to say. Oh, sorry, I didn't prepare.
Fake it till you make it. Yes, that's been presentation tips. I hope it helps you on your journey in your college life. This is GERVELLE.
Bye. Signing off.
She's from Social. We have a video on her channel as well. I'll link that.
Yes,
and I'll see you next time. This has been Mariah. Remember, if no one else loves you, we love you.
Bye. Oh, that was so nice.